the pump. Always, guys, respect the pump. I respect the pump in all assets. Why? Because it's kind of like karma. You know, the power of the pump always comes back to you if you respect the pump of other people. It's crazy, but I have
no permissions, birth looked off, taking flight falling. Knows dissidence, balanced in dark and light. Steadying the agreeable index plight. Crypto tuning up, yup, keeping it right. Yup, the meme that's on the rise. Agreeable intense. One on a Pulsechain's pride. Opening those minds with all the positivity. Marching in its time. Cadence in the grind. Agree to disagree. Yup. Meet up, hits it right. Freedom and prosperity. The destination and the flight. Lighting up dad's farm. Opposed to that, nope. Rule. Firing up them charts. Yeah, flying straight and true. Wink at the foes, cheer at the woes. Yep, stack sats gliding through the lows. The truth will set you free.
What's up, guys? How we doing? Let me remove this real quick. How we doing? Coming out at you with another market update today. I guess we're going to talk about some gold, silver, and how everything's kind of flowing in the market, you know. And do my little update. I kind of like these streams. I haven't really felt like going on other people's streams lately because, it's kind of like somewhat of a waste of time when you're down so low so much. But like every now and then I'll probably get on other people's streams. But if there's anybody in the chat, let me know. No, usually there isn't. St. Wolf is streaming right now, and there's a big space right now because, some good news about Pulsechain. Oh, my God. We'll get into that, too. But if not, if you like that, whatever, let's shout out a nice little segment ad to Emit Farm. I do not get paid by them, and I'm not sponsored by them, but I do own their assets, and I think it's a great platform. So here you go.
Candles rising like a prophecy. 100x dreams, that's velocity. Buy so loud they ring through the monastery. Image in my ledger like it's part of ontology. Stacks on the move, call it Discworld momentum. Magic in my wallet, Terry Pratchett with the emblem. Flipping page by page, these gains write a saga. Got dragons in the charts and I'm ghosting the drama. Glide through blocks like I'm stitched to the Dharma. Cipher in the mist, spit runes in the playlist. By the dip, yeah, I buy the myth. When the market sings amidst the hieroglyph. Sowed my seed in the field of returns. Farming on chain like the ritual burns. Yields from the earth coated deep in the script. Harvest moonshining where the old gods drift. This ain't luck, it's alchemy. Turning doubt into galaxy. Every tick a masterpiece. Greenwood calligraphy. Woke up to the charts in a spiral dance. Candle looking greener than a druid stance. Ink in the ledger, got spells in my sleeve. Numbers chant spells like a priest on the eve. Vested in the myth like I married the tech. Though repaid in sats, I'm demanding respect. From silence, I minted my legend and voice. Truth laced the tempo like fate.
Anyways, guys, I know that video is a little long. Maybe I should come up with a shorter one for the stream and at least make it like 30 seconds or something. But I'm glad 2 people are watching right now. You know what I mean? There's a lot of other people watching other things at the moment. Let's put a new thing up there. Let's do the Kool-Aid, actually. Let's do the Kool-Aid. Yeah, there we go. Kermit drinking the tea, man. The Kool-Aid. Anyways, everything seems so much more bullish to me when Michael Saylor tweets, "The most important orange dot is the next." and this is October 19th, 2025 at 5 o'clock in the morning. So that right there tells me he's about to make an orange dot. So all you Jeets that have been selling Bitcoin, he's probably going to buy it up, and we'll find out. We'll probably later on in the charts show you where MSTR is on that. I know I haven't showed MicroStrategy and all that stuff correlated lately, but it's been kind of up and down. But anyways, coming with this is a little hype right now because is Bitcoin in a bear market? You know what I mean? Did it triple top? Possibly, but I doubt it. I think we're in the first bear trap after the disbelief stage or whatever with Bitcoin. We could be on a bigger cycle. This is talking Bitcoin. All right. So just leave that bullish sentiment right there at the door for now, because, we could be in the next 3 months going up, but this could be long, steady. I think it could draw out further. I kind of agree with Raul, Cairo. I think as Bitcoin matures, Ethereum will mature with it, and it'll get more long and drawn out because institutions move slower than retail. And whenever new cycles and stuff comes up in like regular mainstream media, that's when they want retail to buy. So anyways, let's move on. I thought that was interesting. He's about to make another Bitcoin purchase. So you could probably see a orange dot right here later on in the cycle. He will be buying this dip. So he's the primary Bitcoin treasury company. So there's that. Now moving on to Bitcoin and the flows and stuff like that. I saw this tweet, this chart. When the graph goes up, BTC is winning. When it goes down, gold is winning. Since its 2021 peak, Bitcoin has made no further progress against gold. Now, this would go in with my thesis of Bitcoin versus gold, making that head and shoulders, meaning gold. Bitcoin's going to break down versus gold because gold's going to keep moving up. So I think it's a big trap to me. Like, everybody is trying to get you to flow out of crypto into gold, things like that, whatever. And it is a huge trap because right here, the Ichimoku cloud, it's kind of bouncing on it, and it would be way bearish if it broke through that cloud. And it reminded me of that indicator. I might be using it a little bit, but like capital rotation, there's 3 capital rotations up here, and gold keeps going up. So Peter Schiff out there, if you're watching this ever one day, you're probably taking profits on Bitcoin, I think, although your main marketing pitch is gold only, or maybe your son's helping you. I don't know, whatever. But it's not the point. Like, this could be extrude as a head and shoulders right here too. You know what I mean? Like the head and the shoulders, but I doubt it is. And if it is, it's Bitcoin's bear market. But I thought that was kind of interesting. And then if this was on the back of this tweet, was gold top, Bitcoin bottom, 2020 prove it, 2025 is about to repeat. It means gold tops and then Bitcoin rips. And I think the crypto guys that got a lot of money, like these Richard Harts, these these Satoshis, well, not necessarily Satoshis, but like Adam Back, things like that, they don't want Bitcoin to be left behind on this ratio with gold. All right. So I know gold is the main hype train right now and this and that. We'll get into a little bit of the liquidity flows on the charts with that. But just watch out. I would not be selling too much of your Bitcoin right now for gold. I think it's more of a gold kind of Bitcoin rotation-ish from gold to Bitcoin. And some people are already shifting probably from Bitcoin to ETH. And some of the other people are probably about to think ETH to layer ones. So that's where we're at in this cycle. Yes, it is prolonged, whatever. It does not really matter. But let's go from there. At least you know where we pinpoint in the cycle. And so the global debt reaches 315 trillion global, right? So debt, like the blue lines, debt as a percentage of GDP weighted average, that needs to catch up to global debt. So that means they would have to print money in order to get the debt kind of like balanced. You know what I mean? So there's money printing coming. We know rates are coming down. We know they're about to print to probably buy a bunch of damn crypto because if they're pumping up gold right now, maybe they could collateralize some of that and then go into the stablecoin thing and these market act things that they want to pass, and then make it more accessible for stablecoins. And the Clarity Act comes and bada bing, bada boom, you collateralize your gold off the crypto markets and you're good to go, and you're backed. All these stable coins are backed by U.S. treasuries. It makes it that much more accessible to buy these things, that much more secure, way more efficient. So don't get caught off sides. So here's a little meme, honey. You know, it says, don't go, babe. Gold moves first, then crypto. When have I heard that before? Like, way back when. Oh, wait. I haven't heard that before. Ever. I haven't heard that before. So let Peter Schiff have his moment. Let him do his rounds. Even if he doesn't own Bitcoin and stuff like that, he deserves his glory right now. Even though I think the ratio between an ounce of gold to one Bitcoin, that ratio is only going to go up. So we shall see. It could be a big fake out. We got to look at the Bitcoin dominance. I've been relating crypto to metals lately, and I know that, but like S&P looks like it's starting to kind of roll over and stuff. So let's get into it. So gold, I put the Ichimoku cloud up. The last time in April of 2025, it pierced through the blue line, the green line. The wave pierced through the green line. Well, it topped right there. The green line was right here. So the last time this happened and the green line topped with us on top of the blue line, we started moving sideways. So I think it could be a local top right now for gold. If we go to the weekly, let's check that out. It's even further off the top of that. And the weekly just started tipping over on the green line. So I think, according to the Ichimoku, it should come down to about $3,900 with end next year. You know what I mean? We shall see. It could keep going up still. It really could. So I don't think these lines right here have finished closing the week. So there is that. So that's just that one indicator. And if we go back to past history on the weekly and we stretch it out, let's go back to, we got to go to 21. Let's stretch it out. I just use regular settings on the Ichimoku. All this line wouldn't be here. You know what I mean? We're on the blue. We're way far away from the blue. And right now we're not. We're kind of like off of it a little. Well, we are kind of ways away. I was looking at it too, not stretched out, I guess. But yeah, we're a way away from the blue, so I think it's local top. And last time it took a while for gold to hit the Ichimoku, and it just kind of went sideways until let's call it February of 24. That kind of front ran altcoins dumping and blah, blah, blah. I know the U.S. is doing the manufacturing and stuff like that, so they're probably buying a bunch like precious metals and stuff to build reserves for these data centers and stuff, or the companies are doing it, all right? Not necessarily the governments, because looking at the governments, we know who's accumulating. BRICS countries down here are accumulating. These three are kind of moving sideways. They got a lot of work to do, because if you count all the BRICS countries in tons of gold, it only equals 5,892 tons of gold, which times, let's put 5,000 892. Let's put 3 zeros because those are tons. Times, let's just call $4,000 equals it's $23 billion worth of gold compared to 8,000 plus tons that the U.S. has up here. So they got a ways to go. So all those countries would have to catch up to even compete as a world reserve currency. So I'm not worried about these guys. We know who's selling the gold, which is Germany. And I'll show that. I showed that on my last stream. Germany gold reserves are going down. So wonder who Germany's selling to. You know what I mean? Because all the other guys are kind of going up or sideways, not accumulating. Anyways, there's that. So going back to this, I can exit out of that one. I want to leave. I just wanted to show you guys that. And I'll get into the treasury of Pulsechain here in a minute. So, yeah, I think we could have a toppy point right now with gold. Maybe have a red candle the next couple weeks. Maybe we keep going because they just want to keep pushing it. Maybe Peter Schiff told all of his Bitcoin buddies to sell Bitcoin and go into gold. I don't know. But anyways, let's look at silver. Commodity silver's looking the same way, guys. I mean, kind of toppy, but silver would come down to 44. I think that's a good price to move sideways. I always thought that it could make a smaller cup right here and a handle, and it kind of pierced through that. So the cup and handle is kind of aimed up now. I think if you were to do that and hide the Ichimoku, I'll do this on silver since it's kind of got more of a cup and handle than gold. But yeah, if we measured the cup and handle, let's do a trend line. I know it's all boring stuff, right, guys? It's not crypto. I get it. But yeah, let's just be conservative and go to the line. Where do they think they want this to go if it broke out? $92. That's where it would probably go. You know what I mean? So we shall see. We shall see. See if it holds that handle. It's got to build a handle here, though. But anyways, there's that. Let's see if there's anybody in the comments. Nope. Everybody's elsewhere, which is fine. I didn't look to see how many views I got on Rumble. I probably didn't get a single one. We shall see later. But according to everything else, we'll see where we go, viewership wise. So yeah, if you're here, please hit the like, subscribe, stuff like that. Go over to YouTube, smash that like button. I don't know. I'm probably gonna check out my YouTube growth here in a couple days or after the stream. So yeah, let's make that. Sorry, I'm just dealing with streaming stuff, trying to get things back on track. There we go. All right. So that's the major euphoric chart of silver. I think it could come like, Ichimoku Cloud, turn that back on. $44 kind of looks good. It'd have to. It definitely have to. Like this one's even more bearish. 45. All right, we're good. We're good. So yeah, still needs to cool off. These are way too spread out. We want it to look way too busy. You know what I mean? You can't. Way too busy. So yeah, let's go to the Bollinger Bands on this one. Every time gold and silver breaks out of the top of the Bollinger Bands like this, it is a top signal. Every time. So Bollinger Bands away broke out of it, so that indicated sideways movement for silver. We go back to gold. I'm just going off indicators and what the data is showing me. Every time it breaks out, you know, like broke out of the top. So it's going to the side, you know, it's not rocket science. Broke out of the top and went sideways, and it still went up, but it still reset with the Bollinger Bands. And if we look right now, look where it's at, bro. So it broke out of the top. It's creating its official close out of the top. 3, 4, let's go 4, 5 weeks in a row. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks in a row. And if we look on X, probably, and look to see if there's any video of people standing in lines of gold, you would know it. So anyways, let's go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin US dollar. So liquidity's, oh wait, I forgot. Let's go to SPY. SPY. I almost forgot, guys. SPY. Just give it a second. All right. So SPY looks like it's somewhat rolling over, chilling off. It's still not euphoric in the red on the Bollinger Bands. Ichimoku is right in the blue line, which is nice and good. So it's not euphoric over there. So people are probably taking profits from S&P right now, going into gold, which is probably the wrong move. Some of retail is probably doing that or whatever. But yeah, S&PY looks like it's chilling out. It's probably going to move sideways a little bit until this sideways up-ish, like it always moves, until this government or this market bill comes in, and then we're probably going to pop even harder. So that's what I'm expecting there. And then we can go back to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, BITC. Yeah, that's not how you do it. Okay, now Bitcoin looks like it's breaking down, right? It looks so scary. So scary. So scary. I'll do a little bit more of a TA on it. We got a, we got one of these forming. So it looks like the next couple weeks, we could be, I don't know why my nose is itching, but we could be going back up probably the next 3 weeks. Who knows? October is still here, so if we get a close, I think if we get a close, oh wait, we're already gonna probably get a close above those previous weeklies right here. That is bullish to me. That is a higher high close on the close, so that indicates that it's probably going to turn around. So yeah, let's find out. And this is usually a bullish pattern that's forming. It would be 1, 2, 3. I call this 1, although it's been 2 weeks because it did it on the weekend. Yeah, so I think we're going to hold above here, 108. You know what I mean? We could probably come down a little bit more to 99, whatever. They might scare us out and could break out down below here, but that's way too bearish, I think, for me. So that on the weekly sounds pretty good. The daily, yeah, the daily looks fairly decent. Looks like they're trying to triple top us right here, fake us out, whatever. I mean, all the liquidations this past week, they're trying to scare you out of the market. Like, there was as much fear. Like, hold on. There was as much fear in liquidation stuff as right before COVID started. And I don't get that feeling. Like, you shouldn't get scared out of the market, guys. So we're still bullish. And that's the only indicator I need. You know what I mean? So, anyways, let's go back to this. So I think if we hold and we close, we're golden. You know what I mean? At least on the weekly. Let's look on the monthly. You know, it would be really nice to stay above the close of the open of the previous month, I should say, because it opened right here, and that's the close on the green one. This is open. That's the close on the red one. So, yeah, it would be really cool if we stayed below or above the open on the green previous month, and we shall see. You know what I mean? So it's really a trader season right now on Bitcoin going sideways. And if you were wanting to place a long down here, I probably wouldn't, because spot's volatile enough, guys, and at least you won't get liquidated. So yeah, there's BTC for me. Now let's look at the BTC to gold. Now the BTC to gold broke down, guys, broke down. Just like I was talking about last time. So let's just show you guys again the head and shoulders right here. I'm trying to get it as close as possible, but that's the shoulder. That would be the, I know it's whatever. It is what it is, right? Let's just go there. But you get the point. Just do that. So if I took this, and I really think this could be a fake out, guys. Don't get me twisted on this, all right? So, because if you look everywhere in the past, I mean, you really think gold's going to be 9 ounces to 1? Maybe. But Russia, China, all these reserves and all these companies would have to have equivalent reserves of gold and precious metals in order for that to happen. And with all the bullish news about stable coins, Bitcoin reserve, and blah, 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 and the Bitcoin reserve also doubling because of seizures, there's way too much bullish news for this. So, yeah, it could invalidate my head and shoulders theory on the ratio between BTC and gold. And it could just be a parallel channel. And let's look at that, all right? Because I also want to say that too, because like it could be a parallel channel, right? But with the parallel channel, I don't know, it's not really a parallel channel, in my opinion, because it would have to be up here. Well, it is and it isn't. You can always do a parallel channel, but let's do the conservative view of this drop. All right, off the bottom of this, and say it was a parallel channel, but it's not touching back here, so I would have to adjust, right? All right. But let's just say for goodness sakes, right here, let's see where it would be. And if it broke down out of that, it'd come down to a 15 to 1. You know what I mean? Now let's adjust my parallel channel to make it more touchy worthiness. Let's see what happened. Okay, that looks a little better as a parallel channel, right, guys? Yeah, let's move the top up a little bit. Let's widen the bottom. There we go. I know it doesn't touch over here, so let's kind of bring it down, because that could have been a fake out, and now let's look. So, I don't know, guys. It looks pretty bearish right now. You think it could be a fake out? It could, but there's your parallel channel. Right? So it broke down. There's our there's our bigger bear target. It would be a 10 to 1 ratio. We've been there before with gold, but let's bring our baby bear. All right, half the cycle. Let's bring that, and it can come here, fake you out, and just keep going, and just reverse 19 to 1. We're at a 26 right now, 25.6. So very well impossible, but gold would have to rip these next 3 months. All right, literally rip your face off like a crypto meme coin. Like, I swear, they're trying to catch retail offsides. They're doing everything they can to get everybody out of altcoins and everything. Just cause as much pain as they can to get retail out so they can take control over this whole ecosystem. Bitcoin, crypto, things like that. You know what I mean? Bitcoin's old. It takes 20, 30 minutes to do a transaction and everything. So, like, Ethereum's even better than that. What is up? Believe in yourself. Long time no see. How are we doing? My StreamYard is not working well with me today, but imagine how it would feel to have what you want and operate within this feeling. You need the capital to do so, and I think I can imagine what I would do with what I wanted and then be able to operate, and that would be a pretty dang good life. And helping others around me. So yeah, it would be a pretty good feeling. You wouldn't feel so beaten down all the time. You'd be way more optimistic, everything like that. So, there is 7 watching on X, only 2 on YouTube. So you know where everything's coming from. That's not showing me my Rumble views. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe if I go over to that tab and see my channel and my dashboard, I don't know what's going on over here. Like, it doesn't even show me that I'm streaming. So maybe I'm in the wrong spot. I'm still getting to know this platform Rumble. So yeah, maybe I'll just stick with what I know. So anyways, this is bearish thing, but I think we're going to pop out of that because Bitcoin could rip some OG. Maybe BlackRock and stuff are just pushing it down, saying Bitcoin's over and Bitcoin is going to end it, and then ETH is going to rip next. Because Bitcoin's old tech, right, guys? Definitely old tech. So Ethereum. I love Ethereum, guys. I bought some more up here. Probably... this is the Ethereum market cap. My bad, guys. I don't like the market cap one. There we go. I don't know why it keeps coming back with all of my old drawings from a year ago, but it keeps doing it. Anyways, guys, let's get rid of my old drawings. I've deleted my cookies. I've signed back into everything multiple times, and it still does it. Maybe it's my TradingView account. I don't know. But I don't pay for TradingView, so whatever. Anyways, let's create our old line again. I know I'm redoing my TA all the time. At least I do it on stream with you guys. And this is the daily, so it looks a little choppy. As long as we stay above that line, we're golden, guys. Golden. I mean, yeah, we made a new all-time high. People are going to be taking profits here. We still have the Ethereum treasury companies still accumulating. Do you think they want to accumulate at higher prices? No, they do not. So buy these dips. And BlackRock might be buying these dips because if you look at last week at Bitcoin, BTC, right? Let's look. Look, down, but you see the dip as hard as ETH? Oh, look at that. Eating right the hell up. So who do you think's buying? What do you think's going on with ETH? I think they're going to hold above this level and keep accumulating. I mean, they're going to rotate from Bitcoin to ETH, maybe from gold, silver into Bitcoin. I don't know. You know what I mean? And then Bitcoin's going to outshine. The media's blasted everywhere. Retail's going to come in, cause that thrill euphoria stage on all these bigger ones, like last cycle maybe. And that's when the onboarding is going to start. And the bear market starts with those guys while the layer ones all pop off. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. So, ETH is looking very good. I'm glad they're holding this line. As long as we do not get a weekly close on this line, I am golden. But maybe they will want a monthly close right above this line. All right? With that said, we could probably go down to 3,900 again. You know what I mean? Before the month's over. That is my bearish scenario on ETH. But I highly doubt it because Pumptober is starting, guys. So what's up with that, right? And the reason why I doubt this is going to happen like this is because Richard Hart has brought in a very good concept to my thoughts. Oh my God, where'd the chart go? I'm just kidding, guys. Let's invert scale and hit log. All right, now this is the gold to ETH chart. It's really Ethereum to ETH or gold now, okay? So I saw Richard Hart tweet this recently. Thank God he's back. I am way more bullish. I'm glad all these crybabies are doing the crybaby thing. But what do you see on the ETH gold chart, dude? Yes, I'm calling it an ETH gold chart. I see an inverse head and shoulders already forming. Like maybe the next couple weeks, this chart's going to go up, you know? So this would mean Ethereum is going to outpace gold, right? Yeah. So if we were to inverse head and shoulder this, all right? Let's just call this a little shoulder. You know what I mean? Whatever. Let's just do that. And let's put a line. Yeah, let's say we break out right there. November. It will be 0.25 ETH for an ounce of gold instead of 1-to-1 right now. That's pretty bullish to me, man. That's a new all-time high also in this chart. But really, you got to invert this to, I just make it look bullish right now, you know what I mean? Because you want this chart to break down in order for ETH to go up. So it would be an all-time low for gold. And the highest we've ever been with ETH is 2,160 ounces. Let's just call it 2,000 ounces of to 1 ounce, 2,000 ETH to 1 ounce gold. My bad. Now it's just 1-to-1. Look at that, 1-to-1 right here. So let's make it better, man. Let's make it better. I don't know why this is 0.25, but maybe I'm reading this wrong. But yeah, you want that to break down because gold needs to get weaker to ETH. All right. So maybe 1 ounce will be 0.25 ETH, you know, kind of like the Bitcoin kind of guys. And then it'll just, you know, maybe it'll be down to a tenth one this cycle. Who knows? Who knows? But that right there indicates a very bullish sign for Ethereum. That's why I think ETH is going to continue above that line. All right, let's go back to the daily. Because if gold's topping, you know, people are going to want to go into, with all this bullish stablecoin news and all that stuff, you know what's coming. We have to know what's coming, right, guys? So let's stay above this line. Let's adjust. There we go. Make it a little better. There we go. Let's stay above this line. It looks better on the weekly, but yeah, you get the point. Let's stay above it, which we are right now. So that's good. And I think if we're building a flag right now with this little area as being a fake out, yeah, if it's not, Ethereum is going to go down, and it's just not going to look good for crypto at all. At all. I mean, Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're all in a bear market. These next 3 months are just going to be pain. And I don't believe that, guys. I really don't believe that. So, to each your own. Do what you want. But, yeah, I think it's going to keep going. I'm still, like, ultra bullish, but, yeah. This is, like, the highest I've ever bought ETH, but it wasn't very much anyways. So, according, you know, I might rotate that in the Pulsechain because you know why? You know why, guys? What has happened today? Do Do you guys know? Are you guys aware of what happened today? Well, let's talk about it. Let's leave TradingView and talk about the Treasury. Oh my God. We are down 52%. Guys, bro, mass marketing event. I don't know. Has the Treasury been drained? What is happening, guys? Yeah, it could be all being tornado cash. The Pulsechain could be pumping to Valhalla soon. We don't know. We don't know what he's going to do, but this was 171 pulse. So let's look at the strategic research. I always have to type it out. For some reason, I can never do the actual URL because I'm too retarded, apparently. But let's go back and show you guys this. If, like, oh my God, guys. Is it a bearish thing? I don't know why it's, like, not doing anything for me. But it's breaking down. I mean, like, there's 75,264 ETH. And Richard Hart's thing, that was 171,000 guys. And if you go over here, we look, guys, it's still showing 160 right here. That was like earlier today, but it's been moving down so fast. We're probably, oh wait, we're below the Goldman Foundation now, bro. Hey, at least we're above the government. You know what I mean? At least we are. Because this drops, there's like $500 million or close to it probably about to come in the Pulsechain. So let's just say that. Or he just ran off with the money. We do not know, guys. We don't know. It is Richard's money. It is. We all sacked for it, and he's free and clear. Red notice thing is probably outdone. You know what I mean? Yeah, there could be a mass FUD event, and we can just capitulate down and then skyrocket to Valhalla. We don't know what Richard wants, but at least we get hints through his Twitter now because he has been insanely active lately and trying to come up with a plan. So he does only care about our season. So I'm going to believe in that and think that Pulsechain is just going to go. And the only asset, I think, he would probably pump, let's just say $100 million into is Hex. All right. Let's just go Hex Pulsex and get rid of Pulsex. Let's just put $100 million into this. And then ETH price. 44 grand. Calculate. All right. Look at that. 4,710x on Hex, and everything else goes up 190x. That's no sell pressure. All right. And that's just on Hex. And he's got 500 coming. So let's just go. Let's say he pumps the whole chain to Valhalla, dude. Just in Hex. No sell pressure. And let's just do it. Ungodly numbers, dude. No sell pressure, guys. So just account for like 90% sell pressure, but you get still a 10,000 hex on Hex again. You'd at least get a 5,000 hex on Pulse and Pulsex and Ink. Like, holy hell. You guys not bullish enough? Like, what's coming? All this pain that we felt for 4 years can be vindicated in a month. 2 months. So, mentioning that's just pumping it into Hex. If you just go to Hex, let's just even split it. All right, let's go 125. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 125, 123, 123 over the next 6 months. And just even split the whole thing. Let's just do that and calculate. What would happen? I would rather the hex go another 10,000x, but it still shows us like PulseX would do 21, outperform Pulse. Like, what the hell? It's still everything would. I mean, that would mean all the assets would probably do half that, if not more. I mean, all the meme coins and everything would just, it would be nuts, dude. Nuts if that happened. You know, that's with no sell pressure, but that's $684 million injected. So that's even split. But I've had some thoughts, Richard Hart picking and choosing some loyal people, and if they made coins or whatever, like coins on pump tires or whatever, or burnt, who knows? You never know. He could reward people. Nobody would see that coming. But yeah, Pulsechain would definitely get pumped to Valhalla. So that's Pampy.app. If you guys don't know, go do some moon math. That is moon math. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It's not financial advice, anything by that. But the wrap the wrap Bitcoin to a wrap pulse ratio has been building a what, guys? There's the shoulder. There's the head. There's the other shoulder. And look what it's doing. It is retesting out of it, bros. So, be prepared for Pulsechain to go higher against Bitcoin. So this chart's going to be breaking down. I mean, I think this needs to be 1 billion to 1, to be honest. Like 1 billion Pulse is down here, guys. Like, let's just put a line here. Like 1 billion Pulse. Can you guys fathom that? 1 billion Pulse to Bitcoin. I mean, have we been there before? Yeah, pretty damn close to it. It's when Bitcoin was like 15 grand. Like, you know, I think we could go down there, guys. And this is just the start. Just the start. Yeah. There's that. So if we look at the wrap pulse to die, you guys can figure your targets out on that. Yeah, looks like people are starting to get bullish in the past day. You know, I don't think this candle is going to be red for very much longer. There's my charts. We are in this parallel channel, and it looks like we're trying to curve back up. We're building a nice triple bottom right here, or whatever the hell you want to call it. We do need to break out of this and at least get to the top of this area, and it would be a bigger parallel channel. I can keep drawing parallel channels on parallel channels, but if we keep going up to that, all right, I'll just do it for you guys. Let's just parallel channel it right here. Let's be conservative. Let's just, let's be conservative, guys. You know, we break out of this channel. We come up here to put the line where we're at. We come up to this parallel channel, and we need to break out of that parallel channel, right? And then that's the width of the channel. And I'm being conservative, guys. And if we break out of there, let's just draw this channel a little further over. You know, I know it's not the mathy math, but you get my point. We would come up here, tap that, come up here, tap, yeah, I made it S, but then come up here and tap that. And then that's the bigger channel that you'd want to get into really quick. So, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm feeling bullish. And then that goes up to here, 304. And from that price, I don't know, guys. Is it a 10x? Is it 20x? It's out 13x, guys. You think that's all that's going to happen? I don't know, guys. We'll see. We'll see. Otherwise, he could just take all the money from the treasury, just go spend it on Lambos, God knows what. Go blow it on X game, for crying out loud. You know what I mean? I don't know. But and then just like take a supply and just dump it in the rug of salt. What do you think is going to happen, guys? Richard's not like that. Like, you really think, like, what's the worst thing that can happen? This thing goes to zero? I'm here for, I'm just saying scenarios that ain't going to happen. Like, he wants glory, right? Yeah. So let's measure. Let's just say there's no sell pressure on Pulse. And 10,000x is 1,000,000%, right? Yeah, so let's just go 1,000,000%. There we go. 1,000,000% would put us, let's just, all right, horizontal line, and then we're, that's a 43-cent Pulsechain, bro. Like, whoa. I'm moon mathing now. Like, I was just bearish a week ago. Oh, that's 1,500,000. So, millions down here. There's no way in hell nobody can get any of these gains, bro. Nobody. Let's just go to 22 cents. That's pretty crazy. And then you come down 85 cents from there, 85% or 98% from there. You're still sitting at three, like, okay, 99%. You're still sitting at 2 zeros too. Everybody down here would be like 50x in profit. That's just nuts. Anyways, but yeah, that's moon math. Anyways, that's what I see with Pulse. That's if that's what he's doing, guys. Who knows? Other than that, let's go for what else I see on the data without the fundamentals getting in my way. It looks like we need to hold this white line without all this drawing poopiness. We need to hold this white line. This big white line right here. Let's make it forward. We need to hold that line. Otherwise, it looks like we can just move sideways and break through it. And we're going to be here until we break out of this huge parallel channel, which is October of next year, guys. So that's like my bearish scenario. And by that time, I think we would head down even lower. I don't know. So let's look at PulseX, guys. PulseX is breaking out of that parallel channel, which is good. So I think we're going to be coming up on that. Let's get rid of this parallel channel. Breaking out of that. So the measured move of that is we're going back up to 403. And then the parallel channel sideways, that's probably the midline of the parallel channel right there. So yeah, I think next week we probably see some movement this week. Everybody's starting to get really bullish because the SAC money just got drained. Who knows what's going to happen with it? Tornado cash, whatever. But I know everybody's probably in this X space. Panos. Richie's moving it. Yeah. Everybody's probably here. 51. Panos, Pulsechain, everybody's on this one. There we go. Yeah. Everybody's on this one. So if you want to go listen to that. So I think times are changing. So yeah. Let's see, guys. Let's see. It looks like we're at the bottom. Let's look at the ratio. It's at a good stopping point. It's going to break out of that parallel channel. So it's going to come up here probably, maybe go sideways. I don't know. It depends on what Rich wants to do. Let's look at Hex. This is Hex to Pulsechain. It's coming up to the top of the wedge. So we know what's going to happen there, right? It's going to go back up to here. That's 1.1 cents. Hex to PulseX. I noticed some people ratio in this, man. I found this the other day and I'm like, geez, this topped out here where this other chart bottomed over here. You guys need to watch this. It's just been making higher highs. Hex is gaining strength on Pulsex. So I think some Pulsex whale is managing, because this Pulsex to wrap pulse chart has been going down just like this Hex to Pulsex chart. And that's what's been causing that. So be aware of that. I just want to say that this could go back up, because I think Hex is just going to outperform everything else on this chain. Just saying. I don't know. Maybe some of these meme coins will outperform too, but yeah, who knows? Let's look at Solid X. Solid X is, starting to pump. I think he's going to be probably pumping some of his funds into X Game for this launch from Solid X, so be aware of that. You might get a dip buying scenario, and everybody seems to be on the trade of X Game, and then I kind of rotated some more into X Game. Let's see X Game do $1, guys. So you can't really do TA on this chart right now at all. The launch might come this Wednesday. We don't know. So, just saying, guys, just saying. It's been public. He's going to be marketing this thing for a week, if not more. People have been getting in. So I bought some down at 20 million market cap, and now it revalued at 12 million market cap. So it's probably going to go to 100 because he burnt half the supply. So, from what I hear, I haven't looked on chain yet or nothing, but huge, man. Huge. Like, liquidity can't get taken, dude. Yeah. X Game, if you don't know about it, go to the website, go check it out. It's into public testing. You can find that all on the Telegram, stuff like that. And speaking of which, with X Game, let's show some couple videos. So, Postjitsu says 85K ETH removed from the SAC wallet today. I just went over. It's been updated. Yeah. 85. Just kind of nuts, huh? Wonder where it's going to go. And there's like probably 25 more million worth of stable coins just sitting on the chain for a few months. So, who knows? Yeah. I think he really needs to save that 75K ETH for like liquidity and stuff maybe in the future, but who knows with Richard, you know what I mean? I think he could play well with others now that he's coming back out. All this stuff is null and void, you know what I mean? Red notice, SEC got beaten. It's up to him, but I would like to see like a Pulsechain kind of DAO kind of vote thing too in the future from Pulsex or whatever. You know what I mean? Like make that the DAO voting stuff with what happens with Pulsex and maybe possibly the treasury. I don't know. You know what I mean? I know he owns 80% of the votes or whatever, but like, you get the community popular vote and then he decides whatever he wants to do. At least we get a voice. Who knows? But that's just a thought for the future. But yeah, 85. He could do a mass marketing event. Who knows? He could be using all this for more tablets, guys. Just go join that X space. I noticed Postjitsu, you moved the fast out of your name. Are you not here for the tech anymore? God, I hope you are, because you built on this chain and a lot of it. So, yeah. X Game coming this week, maybe Monday. Pulse is going to move. It looks like everybody's starting to get a little excited now. Maybe the sell pressure will go away. Hello, sell pressure. You know what I mean? Instead of sell pressure, he'll go, hello, buy pressure. Yeah, it's I really truly think Richard owns like 95% of the supply in other wallets and whatnot. And we're like very small, because if it's 100 daughter addresses, top 200, maybe there's a few scattered in there selling whatever, but I don't know. That's just me speculating because I don't know for sure, but the way he's always moved, it's always been proprietary tech and stuff like that. It's always been fast and stuff. So yeah, we'll see. Look at Nope. Nope is tied to Solid X, so that's why it's up 8%. But it's got a long ways to go. Maybe this is an LPX too, so we'll see what happens with that. Yep, it is kind of forming this bottom again, so we'll see if this is a double bottom scenario. That 18K market cap. People have been just cheating left, right, and center with whatever they want to do lately. And yeah, I think the biggest LP on this is DAT, and that was pulling it down hard. So is Solid X. Nope, pulling it down hard. That's why I kind of I'm leaving to where it is, because I've already put close to 20 grand into this chart, and it's just not worth it anymore. So why? Overall, between everything, I've put more than what I have in crypto into this chart right now. At least, I'm not complaining by any means, because I'm here to stay. But yeah, it's just fighting a losing battle right now. So I'm just hell with it. I got enough supply. Maybe I'll buy some more in the future. I don't know. At least I got a little bit of buy pressure with the validators on it. But yeah, it's my little toy, my little thing I'm gonna mess with. Gave way too much out. Yeah, we'll see. I do have other things that I own and stuff like that, but this one I've been looking at that I want to buy is Vouch. It's easier to validate. We'll see what happens. It's been up and kind of to the right. So it looks like it had a little head and shoulders there. It hit the target, and now it's coming back up. X came biggest hype on chain. Let's look at 2Flex. Oh wow, 20%. People getting bullish on this now. Or is voting power not good enough for you guys? I don't know. Yield down here from Function Island seems to be doing all right. That's a yield token with a small market cap. I mean, that can blow up. It's got way more liquidity than needs to be in there. If anything came in, let's look at that. That's just down to the right. This is most of the down pressure on Nope. And yep, probably. And Solid X has been the down pressure on Nope. But because thickest LPs with it, with many tokens, but they all kind of trend together with the no permissions. So yeah, they're all. But this used to be what market cap? It used to be a 24 billion market cap. That can't be right. Maybe it was 15 billion, and now it's at 31 million. All right. Oh, that's in Pulse. All right. Let's go back to USD. My bad. Yeah, so it was 929K market cap, and it just went down when it launched because all the inflation and whatnot. So yeah, it does mint and stuff like that. So going some yield on Hocus Pocus in the homie farms. There's some agreeableness in there. Earn some yield. The once prices boom back up, the APRs will boom back up. People want to LP provide, but everybody right now thinks they got wrecked because they've been LP providing, but they have impermanent gain with a lot of other tokens. And if you do remove them right now, while these tokens are at the bottom of their USD chart or their wrap pulse chart, that's, you know what I mean? You would probably get a lot of those tokens, and it would moon them even harder if you pulled out of them and just held them until Pulsechain topped or got even near a top. So it makes liquidity thinner, things like that. But with these mintable tokens, you always got to kind of have some liquidity in there. But yeah, Or you can just hold the liquidity in there and just wait it out and just collect your yield, man. Go into other tokens, whatever you want. Let's look at Gelato. Everything looks in the green now ever since the SAC wallet moved. But yeah, everything looks somewhat bullish, like it's bottom, but it's not going to go off to the races all at once. I think the next 100 days are going to be a very important spot in the chart. You know, the next 3 months, this Christmas, maybe he's deciding to do it on Hex's birthday. You know what I mean? And start the cycle then for us. I don't know. There's many variabilities. Maybe other people have more forward guidance, I should say, with Richard's talking on X and stuff like that. Maybe he comes on a space one day with people and call everybody retards. I don't know, but he has been very frustrated, and I understand that. Some people have been out here every week streaming, even though they have a small, you know, at least they've been doing it every week no matter what. You know what I mean? Sometimes the days change. I get that because, you know, I got a job. I'm broke. I'm working at McDonald's, guys. You know this. So, yeah. Let's look at ink real quick before I decide to head off, guys. Maybe I should just put the space on and just let it play. I don't know. That's St. Wolf's thing, though, so I don't really want to, like, impede on that. But I know I've been trying to grow the channel and stuff like that. And, you know, it'll grow in the bull market, guys. Like, that's why I've stopped, like, I've stopped putting, like, why market in a bear market? I get that comment now. I really do. People with a lot of money do market in a bear market to take a lot of money from people that need money, like the Jeets or the Degens and stuff like that. It's Wild West, you know, in the bear market. And it's to give back or this and that, blah, blah, blah. But everybody complains in a bear market. So what's the point? Bull market, marketing is far more effective because there's floor already built, charts going up, there's momentum. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Ink, let's turn log on. I think you got to turn log on for ease. So, yeah, I mean, ink here. It looks like it's still in the uptrend, guys. It still kind of fell out of that parallel channel right here. I think let's look at that real quick before I decide to go. I know I didn't look at ink, but my previous parallel channel was right here, right, guys? Somewhere right around there. You can go to the bigger one, and it kind of lines up to it. But, you know, everything's golden Fibonacci kind of stuff. So, see if it hit the target on that. It probably didn't quite a bit, that's a bullish sign. It didn't look like it rolled over too much. It does look like this good size. I guess I'd have to start here if you wanted this W. You know what I mean? And it would have to continue and then break out of there. You know what I mean? W, ink with W, and then maybe even quicker than that, and then kind of pull back, have that like cup and handle look to it without the, you know, swoop down here, but then, and then it just go. But that's pretty much everything on that I got, guys. Like, Moonbutt's here. What's up, Moonbutt? Good evening. Good to be here. Yeah, glad people are stopping in the chat. I don't even know my subscriber count on YouTube lately. I think I'm close to 180 now, but everybody's on X still. My follower count on X has been a little higher. It's been gaining more followers, so more people have been coming back. I've noticed, noticing who's been here. You know what I mean? So maybe I should jump on Spaces and stuff, but I don't really like Spaces, and I always like, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's public speaking to me, but this is kind of like public speaking, but more controlled. I don't know. Not everybody's into Spaces, so who knows? But other than that, the biggest news, guys. Let's look on X real quick and see if Richard's tweeted Look, guys, look. Oh my God. Bright lights following him. His follower counts have been going up. I think that's actually gone down. I thought that was 353K followers at once. Probably gone down a little bit. But yeah, there's a hella self-pressure video, you know, and I think he feels guilty for his outreach marketing. So the last tweet he did was 21 hours ago. So yeah, ever since he did the sack wallet stuff, he hasn't tweeted. So we don't have any insights besides going to his replies and reading who he replied to. He does it himself. He's replied about this, and a very good observation, Richard. Yeah, I think this dude probably could have made a cardboard cutout, paid it, and probably not got the backlash like this. But now he's just getting more marketing, free marketing, because the outrage, you know what I mean? And she's trying to redo her name and stuff like that. So yeah, he's been commenting on other people with Brian Johnson. He's got a huge following. If he talked about Richard Hart or the Sins Foundation or anything like that, it would just trickle into Pulsechain. Kevin O'Leary, he's talking. I mean, he's punching up, guys. He's probably never going to come on my stream. I mean, I'm just little, but this is the chart I was talking about that he tweeted and got me thinking, and I'm glad he did it with this. So I think, guys, the ratio is going to turn. It's going to be like, I think one day 100 ounces to 1 ETH. What do you guys think? That would be like 200K Ethereum. Maybe 10 ounces to 1 ETH. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think that would be pretty bullish. Like, I would love to have gold plating on all these electronics so they last a little longer. And battery, like, can you make a battery out of gold instead of like put lithium gold together or something, make it last longer so you can get more than 1,000 charging cycles out of it before it starts to degrade? I don't know. Like, is that tech out there? Who knows? So you guys got to think about things like that. Like, they're using silver now. So if silver is a good thing for electrical, you know, and batteries and stuff like that, what about gold? Like, shouldn't we be like using gold for all these electronics? Who knows, guys? Maybe I'm just full of it because I'm retarded and I suck at marketing. That's why Pulsechain doesn't need to be promoted, guys, according to Richard outraging all of us and saying we suck at marketing when really, like, yeah. Shillgates was right. I listened to some of that space. Yeah, it's kind of like people can step up and be the next, like Roger Ver and stuff for Pulsechain, but everybody's not going to let it happen because Richard Hart needs to be that leader. And, you know, so, I mean, everybody would scare that person out of the chain, like, laugh him out of the room. You know what I mean? When he could, like, pump us to Valhalla or whatever without Richard Hart, but Richard Hart made himself the center of that. So just got to stick with it. So yeah, maybe we go 100,000x. I don't know. 100,000x. I mean, 100K with ETH. By 2033, I'm reading some of that stuff. So if gold's 10K, and ETH is 100K in 2033, kind of sensible 10-to-1 ratio, guys. So keep holding. I'm still bullish. I think each should be valued at least 10K very soon. And I can see another pattern in here too that kind of make it flag appropriate, but I would say this would be a fake out, and that kind of landed better. But yeah, that's on the Ethereum versus gold. He gave me the insight of measuring it to Ethereum. Maybe we should go gold and Pulsechain and see what happens next on the next stream. You know what I mean? So other than that, I appreciate you guys coming on, listening to me. I've got 17 viewers now, you know. It's cool. We got the Hex with Eagle back there. Hopefully it soars one day. We'll find out. Like, subscribe. Please share this out on X, wherever you're at. If you're on Rumble, let me know if you're even watching, because I haven't looked at my analytics or if there's even a view over there yet. I don't even know if it's worth it, but I'm probably going to be using that instead of StreamYard in the future anyways, since you can do it for way cheaper. So wherever you can cut costs and be more efficient, do it. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's all I got today, guys. I gotta go eat some dinner and probably chill out and probably not listen to a space. I'll probably wait till I go to work tomorrow or something. So yeah. That said, Richard, if you're out there ever watching one of my low-key streams, thanks for coming back and getting your stuff sorted out and fighting for us and whatnot. Hold the face, guys. Peace out.
No permissions, birth looked off, taking flight falling. Knows dissidence, balanced in dark and light. Steadying the agreeable index plight. Crypto tuning up, yup, keeping it right. Yup, the meme that's on the rise. Agreeable intense, one on a Pulsechain's pride. Opening those minds with all the positivity, marching in its time. Cadence in the grind, agree to disagree. Yup. Thought of time, meet up, hits it right. Freedom and prosperity, the destination and the flight. Lighting up dad's farm, opposed to that nope rule. Firing up them charts, yeah, flying straight and true. Wink at the foes, cheer at the woes, yep.